Welcome back, or if you're new here, I'm Hayley and this is Hills and Life. I pretty much just sit and drink too much coffee and bake a few things from scratch. It's actually my husband's 30th birthday. He's not a big birthday person, he's not a big presents person, he really doesn't want much at all. I thought to just go that little bit of extra mile and make it feel a little bit more special for him. I thought I would try and bake his birthday cake. It's nothing fancy, it is literally just a bog standard birthday cake. But I wanted to show you my little Victoria sponge recipe. I use this for absolutely anything and everything. It is so adaptable, it's so easy and quick. It's literally, if you're somebody who does do a bit of baking, every single ingredient you've got in the kitchen. And even if it's not, you literally may need to get maybe baking powder, vanilla, and you may specifically need to get some self-raising flour. But like I said, everything else, it's just your bog standard butter, sugar, flour, a little bit of milk, some eggs and vanilla, and it is just so delicious. But instead of just buying in one of those cheap little, do you know what, they're not even cheap anymore. I went to Asda the other day and I actually saw, I think it's like £15 for just like a bog standard everyday birthday cake, and honestly they're not even that good. You can't even taste the buttercream and the jam in it. They don't give you anything. The cake's always that little bit dry. And honestly, I just really don't feel like it's worth the money. So I thought I would give it a go myself. I'm literally going to do my Victoria sponge recipe. It's going to have some jam and buttercream in the middle. Then I'm going to do a fondant icing outside and I'm going to stick it on with a little bit of extra jam. I think I have a couple of little decorations to go on it. Honestly, I'm just completely winging it. It was the children that's kind of pushed me into doing this for him because they want to make sure that obviously it has a really nice birthday. Plus, I'll be honest, I think they kind of did it more for themselves because they really wanted a sprinkled birthday cake. I literally got about 2 hours, so I need to get going quick. Like I said, I thought I would just bring you along and show you this recipe because if you want to get into making your own birthday cakes, if you just want to learn a new recipe to be able to put on rotation every week, if you're in a pinch like me and you don't want to go and spend £50 on the worst birthday cake imaginable, if you want to try and make your child's birthday cake this year for their birthday, then this is the perfect and most simplest recipe that you can use. So let's get to baking. As you can see, I'm just starting by mixing up the base of the Victoria sponge recipe, which is actually one that I got from BBC Good Food, but I've just tweaked it a little bit to make it my own. So the original recipe is actually double of what I'm doing now. I halved it just to make a smaller cake, but you start with 200 grams of caster sugar, 200 grams of softened butter, and you just want to cream that together. Then add 4 eggs, 200 grams of self-raising flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 2 tablespoons of milk. So as I said, I only did a half recipe, so you can see me just scooping some of that baking powder back out because I actually added too much because I was in my own world. Then my own little tweak is just to add a little bit of vanilla and also almond extract. If you really wanted to amp up the almond flavour, you could actually add some ground almonds as well. But I feel like this just gives you that nostalgic, 90s, early 2000s kind of birthday cake flavour. Now you can see me hesitating whether or not I'm going to put the sprinkles in, and to be honest, I just thought, why not, let's just go for it. But to be fair, these were really not the best sprinkles at all. All the colour actually bled out and you couldn't really see it when it was baked in. So the little bento box was actually a bit of a joke present. Like I said, my husband really doesn't want for much, but he really needed a new tub for work to take his lunch in. So I thought, I've just not got a very good sense of humour, if I'm honest. And then I also had some leftover stuff from one of the kids' parties, so I thought I'd make them up like a little party bag just to try and get them a little bit more involved. So for the filling, I just went with a super simple buttercream, and it is literally one of those that you just measure with your heart. So started off with some butter, added a little bit of vanilla, a little splash of cream, and then the powdered sugar. Honestly, I just continue to taste it as I go. I don't really go off a recipe, it's just basically how you like it. So I layered that up on the cake, also with some raspberry jam, and honestly, it is such a super easy and simple recipe, and it's so delicious and so nostalgic. So I'm not going to bore you with how I decorated the cake because honestly I absolutely failed at it. I really need some cake decorating lessons or something because honestly it just looks so bad, and I know it's because the cake wasn't cold enough before I cut it. I also didn't have time to crumb coat it because my husband was on his way home, so honestly it looks so bad and everything just kept breaking and going wrong. But after all, it's the thought that counts. Honestly, it tasted so delicious. So my loves, thank you for watching. Comment down below and let me know if you try this recipe, and I will see you in the next one.